Did you know that roughly 92% of all people that set New Year's resolutions actually fail to achieve their goals by the end of the year, with more than half of them actually giving up within the first 2 to 3 months? But here's the thing, I've spent the last month or so researching and developing a system to make 2025 different. In this video, I'm going to share my 6 very ambitious goals for 2025, and more importantly, why I've chosen to do this, and also how it is that I plan to tackle these goals to the best of my ability. Because this isn't just a New Year's resolution, this is about creating real and lasting change. Now, I'm sure the statistics behind the amount of people that actually give up on their New Year's resolution isn't really any surprise to anyone. I'm sure you yourself have probably seen people around you, friends or family, set resolutions and then just give up on them very quickly, or maybe you yourself are even guilty of doing that as well. Me personally, I've seen plenty of people go through that, and that's just made me never really be the type of person to ever set New Year's resolutions. That's why I decided to change things for 2025. So with that, let me break down my goals for this new year. First up is becoming conversational in Japanese. Now, this isn't just about learning the language. It's about opening doors to a deeper cultural understanding and connections with my wife's family. On my most recent trip to Japan, I was definitely able to tell that my Japanese has gotten a lot better. I was able to tell roughly what it was that people were talking about. However, unfortunately, my ability to respond was still really very limited. I would say I was only able to understand maybe 10 to 20% of what people were saying. And this meant that there was a lot of missed information, unfortunately, especially when going through older historical buildings that had guides there to tell you about the history of the location, because a lot of those older places are only in Japanese. Luckily for me, I did have my wife there who was obviously able to translate a lot of that for me. But learning the history firsthand is definitely a big goal for me. My second goal ties directly into my first, and that is passing the JLPT N2 practice test. This is a concrete way to measure my progress and ensure that I'm pushing myself to improve. This is definitely not going to be an easy goal to reach because the amount of kanji and also vocabulary that I would have to learn is going to be roughly 5 times what it is that I currently know. Now for goal number 3, it is a little bit different. It is to make at least 4 study Japanese with me videos per week and upload them to YouTube. This serves multiple purposes. It keeps me accountable, it may help others who are also interested in learning Japanese along with me, and it also builds consistency in content creation. This is not something I plan to do with this channel though. I actually already have a YouTube channel set up for Study With Me videos, however it has been some time since I've uploaded there. So I plan to revive and grow that channel with a focus on learning Japanese together with anyone who might be interested in learning Japanese along with me. Speaking of content creation, goal number 4 does tie directly into that as well, and that is to build a YouTube community. Now, this isn't just about numbers of, reaching a certain amount of subscribers and watch hours. It's about creating a space where we can all learn and grow together. Now, I actually had a recent realization that actually led me to this goal. I'm sure everybody starts YouTube with the goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers, and I'm no different. But I realized something when I was watching a video by Kazuma at Kazu Languages, which if you haven't seen any of his videos, I highly recommend going to check it out because his channel is absolutely amazing. His content is just so wholesome, but it wasn't the video itself that made me realize what it is that I felt that I was missing with YouTube. It was the comments. The comments from the people all around the world that watch his videos were just as wholesome as he is, which is what made me realize what I really want from YouTube, and that is a community. Hopefully one where everybody encourages each other to just reach their goals. Now, goal number 5 is to build a second income stream. This one is important for sustainability and growth, and it will allow me to invest more time and resources into creating better content. I've been doing a lot of research into affiliate marketing and creating digital products, which is something I plan to do separate to YouTube. However, once I do start getting everything up and running, I do plan to document the whole process for anyone else who might be interested interested in doing the same. My final goal for 2025 is a little bit of an odd one. It's to not overlook any opportunities for growth. Now this one might seem vague, but it's actually about keeping an open mindset and being ready to adapt and evolve, especially with YouTube. So many months ago now, another small YouTuber actually reached out to me on Instagram because they wanted to just talk about YouTube content creation and try and learn from each other. Now, back then, I didn't really feel like I was ready or experienced enough to talk to other people about content creation, so I just didn't respond. Now, unfortunately, the message also disappeared from my Instagram, so unfortunately, I've been unable to find that person since. But I realized that I don't want to be the kind of person that passes up these possible opportunities anymore. So yeah, that's why that has become one of my goals for 2025. So as you can probably tell, all of these goals kind of work together. The language learning fuels the content, and the content builds the community, and the community creates opportunities. And I've chosen to share these goals publicly because I believe in accountability. Because when you tell other people about your goals, you're more likely to follow through with them as long as you've got a good plan. Speaking of the plan, that brings me to the framework that I'll be using to actually achieve these goals. So the first is using Notion. I will be tracking the majority of all of my study progress as well as YouTube content creation through Notion, as well as using notebooks just like this one. Now, I have a lot of pages set up on Notion to track all the different aspects of my goals, which is something I may show later on, but they're not fully set up in a very pleasing looking way, so I've kind of just set them up for what's most convenient for me to track that progress. Now, the other system that I'm putting in place to help achieve these goals is one that I actually mentioned before, of accountability, and that is by using this channel to document all of my progress with regular video updates as to just how things are going. I'm really looking forward to documenting this journey. Looking back at the end of 2025, it'll be amazing to look back and see how far we've come. Now, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video today. I really do wish you all the best with your goals for 2025. I hope you all reach them. So I'll see you at the end of the year. Just kidding. I've actually got a travel diary series coming up and I'm really looking forward to starting to make those videos. So I should hopefully have one up later this week, possibly on Sunday. So yeah, see you then.